Hello everyone, so this video is going to be my version of Draw My Life, where I would take you through my 19 years worth of journey. First of all, I want to apologize about my voice since I haven't really recovered from the cold. Without further ado, let's get drawing. It all started off in the middle of the night of April 4, 1998. I was born in a small town called Bogor, where I grew up and lived until today. My grandma was very surprised when she saw me for the first time, as I was staring at everyone with my big eyes. She even said that I looked scary. 5 years later, my little sister was born into the world. I was very happy and a little bit jealous at the same time because all of the attention went to her. But I still gave her all my love and kisses. At age 4, I entered kindergarten. That was when I fell in love for the first time. Let's call him James. I don't really remember that much about him, but one thing for sure, I still talk about him all the time even after I moved to elementary school. And a lot of people made fun of me for it. The biggest event I still remember until this very day about him was when our kindergarten held a mini fashion show and I had to walk on the runway with another boy, not him. Well, we've never seen each other after we graduated from kindergarten. Not until it was the time to prepare for middle school's entrance exam. Little did I know, my mom and James' mom were best friends. They told us to study together for the test, and we finally met again after 6 years. I was super excited and nervous at the same time at the fact that I would see him again. However, different from what I've had imagined, we were so awkward with each other. To my surprise though, James didn't change that much, except that he gained a little weight that made him look much cuter to me back then. Time passed. Me and James got accepted in one of the best schools in Bogor, SMP Negeri 1 Bogor. Hearing that, I was overjoyed that I would be in the same school with him again and see him often. But that joy turned upside down when I found out that James already had a girlfriend. I was heartbroken. Still, that doesn't stop me from making any fun memories in middle school. I was probably the most active student at school back then. I joined most of the school's activity. OSIS, Paskibra, Journalism Club, Vocal Group, English Club, and as well as PMR. First year of middle school was probably my favorite year in my entire life. On that same year, I got to know a new world called K-pop. Even though I was interested in Korean dramas at the end of elementary school, I still didn't know anything about K-pop. Through my friend Putri, I began to know more about K-pop. She introduced me to a lot of Korean boy bands, such as CNBLUE, SHINee, TVXQ, Super Junior, and many more. I'm not really sure why, but I fell in love right away. Maybe it was because of their music genre that was very unique, and also their outfits and dance. I spent most of my time watching their videos and listening to their songs. It made me really happy, and it was also the biggest bridge that brought me and Putri closer. And she will always be my best friend. In 2011, after getting a scholarship from the World Bank, my dad flew to Dundee, Scotland, to continue his master's degree. Me, my mom, and my sister sent him off at the airport, and we were all crying. Then he promised to bring us with him soon. That left us to move to our grandparents' house because my dad was uneasy to leave us 3 girls in our house. Four months later, my dad happily said that we could join him in Dundee. I was happy that my family can gather together again and thrilled because I would get new friends and new experience in another country. Different from me, who accepted the news with joy, my friends were very sad that I was leaving. Me and my 3 best friends were all bawling on my last day at school. Looking back, that was really embarrassing. Finally, the day we were leaving had come. We spent 8 hours on the plane to Dubai, 3 hours rest in Dubai's airport, and continue on another 7 hours plane ride to Edinburgh. And we arrived at a small city called Dundee. Even though I've worn the thickest jacket I had, the weather was still surprisingly cold. It was in the middle of spring. 2 days after we arrived, we decided to walk around the city. I remember everyone gave us weird stares because we were wearing winter jackets back then, while everyone were mostly wearing shorts and short sleeves. Came for the day that I need to go to school. My dad decided that I should just attend a regular school instead of an international school. Well, I don't think they even have any international school in Dundee. So, me and my dad visited the school to register. The school was called Harris Academy. The school was gigantic. My school in Bogor was nothing compared to Harris. We met a really nice teacher from ESOL. ESOL is English Speakers for Another Languages that will help any foreign student that went to study in Harris Academy with homework, exams, and also will help you improve your English. He explained that we have to wear long black pants or black skirt with white shirt with it, and as you can see, you also have to wear the school tie because it was the identity of your school, since every different school had different ties. The first day of school finally came. My mom told me just to wear long black pants instead of the short skirt, so I did. The first day of school was fun, but also a disaster. I couldn't understand most of the things everyone said to me back then. I could only reply with a yes or no, and couldn't explain myself properly. And because of the accent, Scottish, it was difficult for me to understand what people are saying. But everyone was very nice and understanding that they would always help me out. I would always have my dictionary everywhere I go. Back then, I felt that my dictionary was equal to my life. Seriously, I would be all stuttering without my dictionary. After a week or so at school, I kind of getting used to the language and started to express myself more freely. I also met 2 sisters from Malaysia through ESOL, Kak Amira and Anissa. I had so much fun talking to them, since even though our language doesn't have that much difference, we would still find many funny differences in our language and laugh it off. That year, I did a little change to my life. I started to wear short skirts to school because I felt the need to blend in with the other girls. I've never worn any short skirts in my life before. My dad didn't let me at first, but since I still wore it to school, he let me eventually. Every morning, he would still comment on how my skirt was too short or I should make it go below my knees. But I never did. Haha. Since I walked to school, I got close to a friend that's always wait for me near his house that I need to walk past if I want to go to school. His name was Abraham, but I call him Abro for short. He came from India a long time before I did, so his English were already like native. He then became a best friend as well as a teacher for me. He still lives there now, and I still talk to him every day. And when the old Harris Academy went through construction, our school moved to a building that was very far away from my flat. So me and Abro would wait together for the bus in the morning and talk about life. Not long after we moved to the new building, a new friend came. His name was Daniel, and he came somewhere from near Romania. I honestly can't remember. We three became close really fast, with Abro still the best at English, and that's how Abro would sometimes teach us about English. Since me and Daniel were in ESOL class together, I forced Abro to join too. Good thing he had a free schedule on his timetable, so he could join the fun. That was how me, Kaamira, Anissa, Abro, and Daniel would go home together every single day on the same bus. Even though Daniel had to get off first before us, we sometimes got off together to buy chips from Tesco and talk for a bit. Or when Kaamira had home economics on the day where she would cook food and bring it with her, we would always eat it together on the bus stop. Later on that year, Anissa introduced me to her friend who also liked K-pop. I was very surprised to find another person there who liked K-pop. The only person I know who liked K-pop was Kaamira. Well, that friend's name was Andra, and she came from Romania. We clicked right away and became best friends like we've known each other for so long. In 2012, we fell in love with newly debuted boy group from SN Entertainment called EXO. Andra was also the one who told me to learn Korean so we could talk bad about people without them understand. Haha, joking. And it was also because our dream back then was to study together in Korea after school finished. Andra was a dancer back in her country, so we did loads and loads of K-pop dance cover together. But because neither of our houses have big mirrors or big space, we don't know how to get dance studio, we covered dances at parks. We would find any quiet space and dance away. If people would go past, we would awkwardly stop and look away as we've done nothing embarrassing. Unfortunately, after staying in Indonesia for 2.5 years, I had to go back to Indonesia first because of high school. So my dad accompanied me back to Indonesia, and I had to live in my grandparents' house while supporting myself with food and laundry. I enrolled in SMA Negeri 3 Bogor. I was socially awkward with all the new and unfamiliar people since Putri, Bintang, and Fona, my 3 best friends, went to different high school. However, thankfully, I met an amazing class that was very supportive and helping me. Special thanks for my chairmate Inet, who always helped me with schoolwork as well as with life. I don't know how my school life would be without her. I also made many new friends and met many of my middle school's friends. It was also in high school that I made a big decision in my life. I decided to wear hijab after so many people recommended me to wear. But I said I would wear one after I went to EXO's concert that was held for the first time in Indonesia. So, about a week or a month after the concert, I made up my mind that it was the time for me to wear hijab. Near the end of high school, we have to decide what we want to do after graduating. I talked to my homeroom teacher about my interest in Korean language, and she linked me into someone who provided scholarship who also worked with the school. I decided to be brave and took the test for the scholarship, and my topic level was only on level 3, where you can only get 50% of the scholarship. Heartbroken, I decided not to take that chance and apply for local universities instead. But to my disappointment, I didn't make it into any of those universities that I wanted to attend. So my parents told me that it's okay, and they recommended me to apply in Gunadarma. And that's how I'm here today. There were a lot of things happen in my life. Good or bad, they were the one who made me who I am today. Looking back, there were many things that I wish I could change, but my life wouldn't be the same without those things. And I'm really thankful for a lot of people that I can't mention one by one who helped me throughout my journey. Without them, I'll be nothing. So I will keep going with my journey and make more beautiful memories with you guys.